Today, my quest for a netherite beacon continues. And I build a massive tunnel to a brand new location, the end portal room. Although it will be getting some serious upgrades by the end of this video. A brand new farm is created so that I have the blocks to make it. And I also drain loads of water from rivers for another project, which will be very, very useful. Also guys, I would love to hit 4 million subscribers this year. So if you could help me out and subscribe, that would be amazing. Do you know what time it is, guys? It's not chapel time. So I'm going to fly far, far away, build another portal, and start searching. A desert has been located with a ruined portal right here. Nothing too interesting. Here we have pyramid number 1. And this is also a great way to collect sandstone. And there's nothing of use in this one. And I better be careful that I don't die. I took a little bit longer than I should have done there. Here is the second one. And this time, I don't think I'll blow it up just for safety reasons. And here we have the classic desert pyramid inside a village. This has happened twice before, and both times there's been a not chapel. Will it be 3 for 3? It looks like the answer is sadly no. Might as well get some use out of this village, so I'm going to sleep in your bed. And now the search can continue. And in the 4th pyramid, I've once again had no success. Oh, in the 5th one though, we've had success. That was very, very quick indeed. So I'm just going to search this desert a little bit more because there's still more of these pyramids to be found. Although the 6th one didn't have any joy. And the same result with this ruined portal. And look at this one, very hidden underground. Sadly, nothing good hidden in the depths. And what about this one? Had some diamonds and nothing else good. At this point, I've kind of lost count of how many I've actually searched. And there's not too much of this desert really left. But despite that, there's still another up ahead. If my memory serves me correctly, this is the 10th one. 10th one that once again had no joy. I almost didn't see this one. It is so well blended. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like there's anything to be found. I don't know why I'm picking up emeralds because I have a raid farm that gets me millions of them. And it's the same with my gold farm. It gets me way, way more than I could ever get from these pyramids. I feel like I've searched so many of these. And I still don't seem to have had much joy. But I didn't give up in searching, and I've been successful. Has to be said, this has been a very successful mission. I'm going to sleep before I go home and carefully navigate through the Nether. And in a 200 IQ move, the way I'm going to get all the way home is by digging a massive tunnel which can be there for the TNT and Netherite when I do it later. Nothing like doing a bit of multitasking, is there? And after all this time, this is the first time I've actually come across any ancient debris. Look at that, it's 3 pieces. I now seem to be finding loads of it in a short space of time. I think the tunnel I've dug is now long enough, so I'm going to fly up, build a little tower so I can find this place again, and fly the rest of the distance home using the elytra. All of this can go into the auto storage, and the ancient debris can be smelted. Now to grab 2 item frames, and 2 more not chapels can be added to the wall. And that means I have 38 in total. And now I'm going to try to do something where every time I do it, it usually goes wrong. It's going to require a few stone cutters, glass, water, and grindstones, plus the materials to spawn the wither, which I've got 39 of in here. Now I'm going to set my spawn right here and head on through. Then I need to build a spot for a wither to go right here. And there's going to be a stone cutter here and a wither like that. It's going to have water above its head. If I can do that correctly. And as you can see, everything is working as it should. But it's this next bit where I usually end up having to battle a wither that I've got to be prepared for. And I've actually realised a better way to do this without the wither completely breaking my farm and everything. If I actually get rid of this wither... Okay, don't be angry at me, please. I don't think it can see me. Good. Okay, we can get rid of it. Oh, well, it's super simple then. At least it was simple until the bow stopped working. Now I'm actually going to have to hit it, and yeah, it's going to start shooting me and stuff, which is not a good news. If we can just keep it flying up though, it shouldn't really be able to break anything too much that I can't easily fix. There we go. Let's replace glass and change these to be end stone. Next, I'll grab a few extra bits of redstone by nipping back to my house. Now I've got everything that I need. When I flick this lever, you'll see the snow golem starts shooting snowballs, so I want this to be on a timer. Timer which can be set up using a hopper clock. So this redstone will connect all along here like... Well, not quite like that. It's going to go all the way... This isn't going to work. If I put a block there and go like that, that will be better. Now the piston's pushed down. In fact, let me get this right. We do want the redstone there. We don't want this. I'll put 5 stacks of items in here, and I've got till this empties to spawn the wither, because when it does, that will retract upwards. So let's head on through. This obsidian will be broken, followed by stone cutter and spawning in the wither. There we go. I'm going to just put that like so. That's all working correctly. And now we just wait 2 minutes for the snow golem to be able to start throwing snowballs. and the obsidian farm will work. Just realised I messed up with the redstone. That's another wither I've got to get rid of. I think that should fix it. Let's mine this block and try it all over again. And it now looks to be working as intended, with the chest nicely filling up with obsidian. Next, I'm just going to chill in a hole right here and wait for loads and loads of obsidian. I made myself invisible and took off all my armour, but I've realised that the wither apparently can see you no matter what. The golem has sadly been defeated, and it is wreaking havoc on the rest of the world, which means I gotta take it down. Wasn't too hard. So the issue with this farm is, as you can see, the obsidian is backed up because we have completely filled up the storage. But when I tried to go and empty the storage, the wither then detected me and escaped. So I'm going to fill up loads of these shulker boxes. That's nearly 10 shulker boxes worth filled. So I'm going to gather these up and then I can take them home. These extra ones can also be dyed to be purple. And now I want more glass so that I can fix the problem with this storage system. So what needs to be changed is that all of these chests and hoppers are just too close to where the wither is. So they'll all be mined up. Now when I break this glass, any items will flow all the way down here. And all the way over here should definitely be far away enough so that the wither does not see me. I've really increased the storage so that it definitely doesn't overflow this time. And now I'm going to dig a staircase leading out of here. All of it's mined out. And I'm just removing a few extra blocks so that I can better place these stairs. Very nice indeed. This chest here can be full of shulker shells, just in case I want to ever transport stuff. And now this is all complete, I guess we've got to test it. And we've also got to get the iron golem back that was brutally murdered by the wither. To do that, I'll need to make a trip back home, grab a pumpkin and some iron. Then he can be spawned right here and hopefully pushed in. This trapdoor will make sure he can never leave. And you'll be completely safe here, mate. Don't ask what happened to the last guy, though. Now we put a couple of stacks of netherrack in there and set the farm off, hopefully, for it to work perfectly. And the safest place for me is to be all the way down here. Look at that. It's working perfectly. The obsidian is now flowing down really, really fast. Has to be said, that is a job well done. I'll add a bit of lighting in here so that endermen don't spawn. And let's just wait to collect up lots and lots of the obsidian. Enough time has passed. Let's go and see how much obsidian we've got. You know what? Look at this. It is working very, very well indeed. And there's absolutely no backlog up here. Because all I can do now is start filling up some shulker boxes. And it has to be said that all of this is a pretty good haul of obsidian. Now, in order for me to be able to safely come and go from the end, I will have to get rid of the wither. I just have to get it down to half health from a distance and then do the rest from up here with my sword. Now let's gather up as many of these as I have the inventory space for, which turns out to be all of them. So that is a job very well done. And I'm going to do something about this piston constantly moving backwards and forwards for sorting the items, because it's kind of slowing it down. If I instead get a repeater and then break this, it's lovely to have some pace. The comparator goes like that, which will then go into a repeater. Piston will be here, the observer like that, and that's kind of the speed that I guess it should be, yeah, doing the dispensing. Or even better, something like this, which, I don't know, doesn't seem to make much difference, but it's still much better than having a piston moving in and out. As you can see, it's a lot more, I don't know, constant, I think. Maybe if I had a bit more delay to that. This is my final design. I've added a load of repeaters. As you can see, this one stays constant, and then this one's flashing on and off. When the items stop, or the piston will still retract. It is much more peaceful. Now, if I do something like this, and then put items in there, it should make this fill up a bit faster, because now these items coming in from two angles. Next, I just need more hoppers along here like this. And now the item sorter has been improved. Let's grab some eyes of ender and then head to spawn. And from here, I'd like to try and find a brand new stronghold. I think I have been to this one before, but it was so long ago I can't for the life of me remember where it is. So the stronghold is roughly right about here, and I'm pretty sure digging down here should be the perfect spot. There we go, mission accomplished. And now to find the portal room. And mission to find it has been successful. I'm going to light this spawner up because I think it might be a cool thing to actually keep it. Now to add in all of the eyes. And in this 100 days, I'm going to create an epic portal room for this end portal, and it will become the main one that I use. Since the other stronghold has all sorts of stuff in it, like the setup for the obsidian farm, and yeah, I don't want to ruin all of that, but I don't want it here either. Apparently torches do not stop you guys from spawning. Now let's head through this portal, remove this one, and I'll build one here that's going to line up perfectly with everything. Let's just double check I've got this right and not built it in the wrong place. Yep, that looks good to me. And now to build a massive long tunnel that will connect to the Nether hub. And this full tunnel is now complete with all of the bridges. As you can see, it is very, very long. I didn't realise it was going to be this long. It's going to take some time to put together. It's completely dismantled the old creeper farm, and it comes all the way to here. Now I just need to dig this roof so that it is 6 high in total. And whilst digging out this roof, I found a very rare piece of ancient debris. Next, I'm going to fly all the way back home, get rid of all of this stuff, and grab lots and lots of blackstone. And next, I'll be placing all of this down all the way along here. Already a big straight of slabs has now been done, as you can see. But my pickaxe is looking a little bit worse for wear, so I shall get it repaired at the gold farm. And that is all of the slabs placed down. And now to begin with the basalt pillars. Starting with this beam all the way along is probably my best bet. And that is both of the beams done all the way. Now to add all of the pillars in between. And that is all of the pillars done as well. Next I'm going to need loads of these warped wart blocks. And I'll also be adding slabs along like this. And now that all of those are down, let's start adding this. And that is one side complete. Now to complete this one. And this side is now complete as well. Next I'm going to place netherrack all the way along here so that I can put stairs on the side. And that is the stairs down, which means the warped wart roof is the final thing to be added. And that is the roof also now completely done. Let's just add a load of chains with lanterns underneath. And there we have it. It was a bit of a mega project, but all of it is now done. I was thinking it'd be cool to make this portal look a little better, which will involve placing obsidian around the edge like this. Also going to be digging out behind this and placing warped wart. And finally some slabs along here just to cover it up. Now let's light it up and head through. Connects up perfectly to the stronghold, and once this whole place is transformed, it's going to be amazing. But before I can do that, I do just need to finish the front of this tunnel here. Why is there always a chicken? The amount of chickens I get in this nether, it's just absolutely unbelievable. Not to worry though, we're going to have something like this all around. I'll use slabs to fill in the gaps. I mean, it is technically meant to be full blocks, but it does work as full blocks anyway. And finally, I'll add a trapdoor on there. And that is looking very, very good. So 2 of the ways in this nether hub are now complete, and eventually these other ones will be done. Let's drop off a bunch of this stuff. And now I think it may be a good time to fly up here, head to the fortress farm, and start collecting up a load of XP to mend my pickaxe. And I've now made it to level 350. I've got loads of blaze rods, quite a bit extra gold. This can all be dropped off into chests. And next I'm going to grab lots and lots of gunpowder. And in fact I'm going to grab so much of it that I have 30 shulker boxes worth. This well farm really has been so useful in my netherite beacon quest. And now I have already completely destroyed this particular desert, so I'm flying out in search of another one that I can ruin. We're in a savannah, so I guess a desert won't be fine. In fact, it looks like one might be loading into view. I'll quickly check this room portal. Nothing of use there. And now to find a good section of desert that isn't too close to a mesa. Managed to find a pyramid on my way. I wonder if I've ever been to this one. Looks like the answer is yes. Is there any desert temples I haven't been to at this point? And I'd say this desert right here probably looks like the best place. Now to gather up a little bit of sand, craft TNT, and then I can start blowing this place up. And that is all of the TNT crafted, about 6 shulker boxes worth. And now I just need to fly all the way home, and then I can drop off all of these empty shulker boxes, put the spare sand in here, and here is the hole that I dug earlier, where I can begin placing loads and loads of TNT. And I've got over 10,000 pieces that I want to place, so this is going to get me a lot of ancient debris. And that is all of the TNT placed. So let's light it up and start collecting up the ancient debris. I placed enough TNT to fill up my entire tunnel, but I've still got like 3 shulker boxes worth, so I'll probably save them for a bit of a later date. I would have liked to get 18 blocks of netherite today, but I think that might end up being a little bit too time consuming. So just getting 9 or 10 blocks is fine with me. Also guys, we are on a quest for 4 million subscribers this year. And it's not going to be an easy quest, but if you are new and enjoy this video, then please don't forget to subscribe. And I've managed to get 36 pieces, which is 1 entire netherite block. Just 9 more to go. And that is an entire stack of the ancient debris. And if I do something like that, those are all the ones that are going to be filled. I also find it useful to pick up quartz while I'm doing this, because it's a great way to get loads and loads of the ore. And then if I go into my ender chest and get this magenta shulker box, I can go ahead and put it in there, and this will be very useful if I ever need XP when I'm out and about. For example, when I'm traveling really far and my elytra break, it's just useful to be able to break a load of nether quartz ore and get the XP from it. Also, as you can see, I spent a bit of time going through a basalt delta, and unfortunately not a single piece of ancient debris in there, which is a bit strange, but we've got some up here. I suppose because the size of the blast is smaller on this compared to when it's the netherrack, that's why you can't really find any. Or at the very least, that's why you've got less chance of finding any. But in this area, there's lots of it to be found. And that is stack number 2 complete, with loads more ancient debris to be found. There's few things more satisfying than exploring these massive blown up tunnels and finding loads of ancient debris. Some people in the comments couldn't believe that I just take entire cuts until I get to the next stack. Yes, there's a lot of me just painfully running through these and just looking for ancient debris and mining it up that you don't see. It's both satisfying and painfully repetitive. But when that netherite beacon is finally finished, it will definitely all be worth it. And that is stack number 4. And also the 5th one. Oh my goodness, look at this. I have never seen 5 together. Although they are in 2 different chunks, which makes a bit more sense. This is a great little boost though. And the end of the tunnel has now been reached with a fantastic amount of almost 6 stacks. So I'm going to dig me, well, I'm going to attempt to dig my way out of it. Probably not in that direction. And the best thing is I've got loads and loads of spare TNT for the next episode. And here we are, home sweet home. And I reckon the best way to deal with all this ancient debris is flick this lever so that... Okay, I don't know what happened there, but I'm pretty sure... Yeah, nothing can come out of this chest. Then I chuck all of the ancient debris to be smelted. Now, yeah, it will be slower than using blast furnaces if all of these are blast furnaces. But because there's so many of them, just wait a second and you'll see every single one of them comes on together. Look at that, beautiful. And they'll all be simultaneously be smelting this ancient debris. And it's all just filtering into this chest so fast. And whilst I wait for that, I'm going to grab the ancient debris that I put in here earlier, as well as a little bit in this shulker box. Let's fill this one up with all of the spare quartz. I'll take the loose quartz out though, just the ore in there. And then all this can be sent down to the chest room. The bow and arrow can go back. I should probably at some point repair my bow, since you can't put mending and infinity on the same bow, which is kind of annoying. Instead, the way to repair it will be to grab 3 bits of string, combine it with 3 sticks, and then fix it using an anvil. 33! What a rip-off! Oh well, we might as well do it. I mean, I did have 350 levels after all. Now then, looks like this is all finished. Oh, look, it just looks beautiful, doesn't it? Then I'm going to unflick this lever, which will unlock the chest. And I'm going to fill this with netherrack. So I'll just get a load of nether bricks from it. Could be useful. And whilst I leave those cooking, I'm going to need a lot of gold. Now, do we have a lot of gold? We do have a lot of gold. This is the exciting part. Put it together for ingots. Look at that. Over a stack. It just looks beautiful, doesn't it? We've got loads and loads. How many blocks are we going to get? 11! That really is fantastic. Now, we've nearly run out of gold, which is a bit of a problem, but not to worry. We've got a few spare ingots for next time as well. Let's place these down. Yeah, this is the very satisfying part. And there's just 5 more to go to finish the bottom layer. And once the bottom layer is done, it will near enough be halfway, which is exciting. My goal is to have it done by 4,500 days. That's the day that we're shooting for. Although that could be quite the challenge. And you'll also be able to see that both my pickaxes do need repairing, especially this one. And also this flint and steel, that's seen better days, hasn't it? So to do that, I'm going to fly all the way to my nether perimeter, where I can get lots and lots of XP. And from this, I have got more than enough XP to heal all my items. I've got so many blaze rods. Yeah, there definitely needs to be a bit of a storage system here at some point. It's just clogged up with so much random stuff, as you can see. So if I could have a system where, like, all the gold nuggets go down to the gold farm and the blaze rods, you know, like going to another thing, it would be amazing. Hopefully I'll get that done in this video, but right now I've got other stuff to be getting on with, such as putting all of these blaze rods into here to be the fuel. Even though the furnaces are pretty full, they can always be topped up more. And the next thing to be done is sort out this axe. As you can see, it is not maxed out. Every other tool and armor that I have is completely maxed, but yeah, my axe for some reason is not. I even maxed out the flint and steel, so yeah, we need to sort this out. The upgrade that it is missing is sharpness 5. I think the reason for it is probably because my axe broke and then I just never got around to putting that one on as well. So we can buy sharpness 5 from one of these guys. And this is the man for the job, but it needs 64 emeralds. And I only have 57. Okay, well, that's a slight problem. Hopefully, I have got some at this redstone farm. Oh, look at that. Indeed, I have. Perfect. That's the exact right amount. I'll take a couple of extra stacks down there anyway. Buy the book and add it to the axe. That's more like it. And now I want to build a new farm. You'd think at this point I'd run out of ideas for farms. So today, when I build a brand new end portal room, I'll be needing quite a few purpur blocks. How do you craft purpur blocks? Well, you need chorus fruit. So yeah, we need a way to farm them. It is one of the simplest farms that there is. You know, it's not really a way to make it a complicated one, but it should still be a great farm nonetheless. And the next question is, where do I build this? I'm thinking the lava farm, you know, it was good, when it was built, but since then I've made a much bigger and better one at the Guardian farm. So in my opinion, this has got to go. And now I'm starting to think that if I make it so that this staircase goes down a bit lower, then I'll be able to have it branch off at different angles and I'll be able to get quite a few farms down here. Somewhere through here there is the aquarium. Can I even dig to it at this point? Yeah, there you go. You can see. So I've got to make sure that I don't go too far. Well, I've got to make sure I go down far enough, in fact. Yeah, make sure I go down low enough. Otherwise, everything could start to get a bit tangled up. And since I am pretty much out of cobblestone, if I go into my ender chest and grab this pickaxe, now when I start mining, I will be getting cobblestone, which will be very, very useful. No point collecting loads of stone, because that doesn't grab quite as many uses as cobblestone. So I reckon right about here is a good place to dig a room for this chorus fruit farm. And apparently I'm just a little bit too far away from the beacon to get haste now. I can't have that since haste is going to be very, very important to me. So I'll get myself a brand new beacon, and I'll build one down underground here. I might as well be really, really low down with it, since they give the effect upwards all the way up to sky limit. And now that this full room is dug out, I'll grab the iron and build my beacon. Now that that's all done, let's go and give myself haste 2, swim up and out of here, and just to make the beam look a little nicer, I'll grab some light blue glass and use it to change the beacon's colour. And now that that's all sorted, I can get back to mining out this massive room. And in fact, I want to be doing it with getting cobblestone at the same time, don't I? I've also discovered that chorus plants can grow to be up to 20 blocks high, so this is going to be a much bigger room than I realised. And I reckon this is going to be a big enough length and width for the room. But I am going to want the roof to be black concrete. I want this kind of room to look like a massive void, if that makes sense. And it's going to be much easier to burn the roof while I have this floor below me, rather than me mining out and then try and do the roof later. And that is all now mined out. We've ended up connecting up to a mine shaft. And I also want to make the room a couple of blocks wider on both sides. Oh, well, we've found the beacon beam. You know what? We won't be making it a couple of blocks wider after all. And that should now be enough dug out, which means I will now fly all the way up to go all the way down to the chest room so I can get some black concrete. Now, will I have enough blank concrete? Possibly not. So that means grabbing a bunch of sand as well as gravel. And it looks like black dye is in a little bit of short supply. For now, I'll just put this concrete powder in. Okay, I've done that wrong. That was the actual concrete. Now the concrete powder is in. And poor people, they use ink sacs if they want black dye. But rich people like me that have spent 3,500 days in a world, well, we use wither roses if we want black dye. Yes, that's the way to do it. In a way, it is still kind of crazy that this is the fastest way for me to get black dye. Although I suppose my newest Guardian farm does also give me ink sacs. And now that it's all been crafted, I can begin turning the powder into concrete. And that is now all successfully done, and it is in here. So next I'm going to take this and fly all the way up. Look at this. You know, I may have taken a bit of damage, but some pretty good piloting skills. And then this roof can be filled in, as well as the walls. I have already run out of concrete, but you can probably see just how much of a black void it is going to create when it's done. Very strange. It's interesting that I've actually never done something like this before. I've got loads of spare sand for concrete, but I'm worried I'm not going to have enough gravel for the entire project. So I think it might be my best interest to grab 2 or 3 or even 4 of these, and then I'm going to head to the bottom of the ocean to mine up lots and lots of it. So yeah, day 3558. I feel like I mined up loads and loads and picked up so much of it, but didn't even fill a full shulker box. So it looks like I'll just have to keep on mining. And I think I have enough gravel. I've also got a shulker box that's nearly full of it. I know I brought these other 3 ones. I don't know if I can really be able to fill them as well. And there is also a bit of an easier way for me to get gravel anyway. Only problem is, it's also a little bit slower. But if I just fly up here and head down through the bedrock, I can send a little bit of gold down to those guys. And I can collect the gravel from it. Actually, whoa, I have way more gravel in here than I realised. I've been mining it off the ocean floor for the last 30 minutes. I should have just come here. Good thing I also brought so many shulker boxes because, well, they're all nearly filled. Let's also take out these extra items. They don't really need to be there anymore. Yeah, look at that. Every single, well, all 4 shulker boxes full of gravel. There's a little bit of an overflow in these 2 as well. Blackstone seems to be something that's a little bit slower to get. And I'd also like to bring as much quartz as I can. I can't bring the whole lot, but that will do for now. And now to go all the way back home by following this beautiful blackstone slab trail that I very cleverly made. And with that, I can drop off this quartz, shove these items into the shulker box, and craft plenty more black concrete powder. And once again, all of the powder must be converted to concrete. And that is all of that done. The only thing I can think of before continuing that down there is to head to the Nether and fly all the way up here and use my gold farm to repair my pickaxes, because there is going to be quite a lot of mining involved. So 2 fully repaired pickaxes will be very useful. And now that everything is mended, I am almost ready to continue working on this room. I am just going to finish the walls. Yeah, this room is going to look insane when it's done. It looks so strange. But in order to build a chorus fruit farm, you need something very specific. Let's just put those in there. And yeah, you need chorus flowers. Unfortunately, I have plenty of the fruits, but not the flowers. So I can use my brand new corridor to go all the way to the end. Which really is a great way to travel. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to keep or get rid of this spawner still, but I feel like we can make a cool feature with it. Now I must head through a gateway. And the chorus flowers are these bits on top. So these are the bits that you can plant. So I believe I can just mine that. As you can see, it's a chorus flower. If you plant one of these on the ground, well, on endstone, it will grow into a chorus tree. But if you break it like that, you don't get the flower. So it's a little bit of an annoying thing to have to mine manually. But it doesn't matter too much because once I've got plenty of these, I'll be able to farm them manually from my house anyway. If I accidentally upset an enderman, what's your problem, mate? And I have now got an entire stack of these little chorus flowers. And it's made me realise that if I really did want loads and loads of chorus fruit, I could just go and run around, do something like this, and then go and pick it all up. But me being me, of course I've got to turn it into a farm. It's more fun that way and I won't have to bother going to the end. These seedlings can go in the sugar box for now, and the chorus fruit into the storage system. And now that I'm thinking about it, I think I am going to need quite a bit more black concrete powder. What I've got in there is it's just not going to be enough. And I am starting to worry that I'm actually going to run out of black dye, you know, for all what I was saying. You know, I've got loads of wither roses. Yes, I have got a lot, but they will not last forever. Crafting all these will make an entire shulker box worth. And yeah, the wither rose supplies are not looking too good. I know I've literally just been there, but I think it's in my best interest to go all the way back and then fly to the wither rose farm, which as you can see, it even says it at the top. All you have to do is rename a wither for that to happen. And then I can AFK up here. Well, up here, got a little disorientated in the void, but yeah, on this glass platform, watch the enderman run through and turn into wither roses. I'm just curious, have I actually got any wither roses to start with? I've got 4 in there, so I suppose that's pretty good. We have got a lot of ender pearls in here as well. What on earth has gone on here? Somehow the bottom of this did break. I think, do I need to put one like that and then... Will that get him? Not entirely sure. It's been a while since I built this farm. And I've just realised, yeah, I put a block beneath this for some reason. When in reality, yes, I'm going to need a hopper. Thank goodness there's one in that chest. If I break that block, put a hopper right there, it should now be pulling any items in. For example, those wither roses. And they should be turning up down here. Let's see if the plan works perfectly. Yep, there's plenty more in here. So that is Operation Fix the Wither Rose Farm complete. And I'm kind of sick of flying up and down here. I'm going to get on this glass platform and stay there. I think I've waited long enough and I've got plenty more wither roses. To make it a bit more effective, I should probably like cover that entire island in double carpets or something. Then they definitely can't teleport, because some of them were just teleporting them out. Or water. Water is another option. These will no doubt be very useful later. And I'm going to get all of these converted as well. Which shouldn't take too long, just quite a bit of mining. And that is every single one of them now done as well. We've got them all in here. And so now it's time to crack on in mining out this room and turning it into a dark void. Now that this is done, I have to say it's a very, very strange room to go into. Let's drop off a load of items. And I also want some yellow concrete for this build. So now let's start placing all of this down. And now that that is done, let's add dispensers all the way along here with redstone on top. And then I want to place endstone where I'm actually going to have the chorus fruits grow. Now to make a little infinite water source, fill the dispensers. And finally, I'm going to need a button right here. So this is how I'm going to work out how to move things. I've realised all of this will now need to move down one layer. I'm going to mine out this, bring the concrete all the way across, and this is the design so far, so everything should all flow. If I go ahead and push this button, let's watch it go. Look at that, beautiful, just going straight down all the way to the end where it'll just stop. Let's turn that off, fly up this very long staircase, and I'm going to grab some glowstone as well as hoppers. You know what? A few ladders might be useful too. So just to give a little bit of light to the area, I'm going to change this. Look at that. That looks better. It's so cool is the black room. I still can't get over how cool the black room looks. But yeah, adding glowstone around the outside just gives us that little bit more light. And I can't place glow. I got both of those wrong. For the hoppers, I'm just going to have all of them going into this end one in the corner. If I need to get up and down, then a ladder will help me out. Let's also cover up these sides. And if I craft myself a load of slabs, they can go underneath here. Sorry, bats, you're going to have to move. That's all of them placed. I'm just going to remove these little corners and put slabs there instead. Let's plant all of these chorus flowers, grab some end rods, and I was going to place them underneath, but you know what? I don't think it really works. But what I know does work is having shulker boxes either side like that. They kind of look like shulkers as well, don't they? And then we can put the chorus flowers. These are all growing nicely. And then if I mine out the middle, place end rods along like this with glass above, and then we've got this kind of cool thing. I don't know whether it should have slabs underneath, but I think leaving it open looks good. I think we can deem that chorus fruit farm complete. So now I just need to extend this staircase and add all the blackstone stairs going down. And whilst I'm in my storage room, I think I'm going to remove the brewing stand one, because why do I even have an auto sort for brewing stand? It's not like there's something I use a lot, and dispensers would be much better for it. So if I just go behind here and get to the inner workings of this, I think the filter for brewing stands, yeah, there we go. We'll put dispensers in instead, and spare brewing stands can go in here. And whilst I'm here, I might as well grab loads of string, along with loads of sticks, buy loads and loads of redstone. Next, I shall craft lots and lots of bows, and then craft dispensers. And now I have an entire stack of them, so I'll shove them through the auto sorter system, which means they've then filled up this hopper, and we'll be going into the system. And there we have it. 35 dispensers ready and waiting. And after all that, I've actually forgotten what I came down here for. I think I came for some stone brick stairs. And I have one. Okay, well, that's just brilliant. Thankfully, I have plenty of stone bricks, so we can go ahead and just craft them using a stone cutter, of course. Way more efficient to use a stone cutter than to use a crafting table. And then I can place them all going all the way down there. And now that they are all placed down, I need black stone bricks, which I don't think I'm going to have enough of. As you can see, we've not got loads and loads, but I shall fill in as much of the walls as I can. So I'll just be mining out this. Now, I kind of don't want to break all this, you know. It's a bit of a memory, you know, what I created here, the old lava farm. So I might just leave it up here, hidden behind the walls. And that is the roof completely done. I'm going to make the floor to be stone bricks. And somehow, somewhere along the lines, I completely messed up the roof. What am I doing? Look at that. It's like really cramped in here now. I feel like I'm banging my head. Right, we need to sort that. Needs to be higher up by one entire block. And now I can get on with changing these walls. Goodbye, chest of lava. You will never be forgotten. Well, I actually had enough blackstone to do the wall all the way on this side. I don't think I'll have enough for the other side, though. Yeah, I completely run out while finishing the corridor. I'm also curious to see if I go and take a trident. Oh, it breaks them, and then it comes back to me. Oh, look at this. It's beautiful. It is probably faster to maybe use a crossbow. I have a quick charge one there. I have the multi-shot. To be honest, I've never needed to use the multi-shot one or a crossbow in general for anything, but this is just a great way to, like, harvest multiple ones at the same time, as you can see. All I need is to get enough of the flowers so that I can redo the farm. I don't have to get every single one, but decent amount. Can we get all 3 of them there? No, we got 1 in the end. Nice. As long as I get a minimum of 10 flowers, it will keep the farm renewable. Alright, I think I'm happy with that. I can just reach a few of these by my hand as well. You know what? We'll just get rid of these final ones here. There we go. Now we can harvest all of it. Beautiful. It looks absolutely beautiful. Even somehow got some glow ink sacks in here. Where on earth are glow squids coming from? I have absolutely no idea, but let's just grab everything out of here. Replant the flowers. And then shove it all into the shulker box. I think I'll leave this crossbow and the arrows here as well. Although that does mean I'm now going to need some flint. And I would say along with feathers, but look at that. Completely out of feathers. So that means it's probably not a good day to be a chicken. You know what? You guys have been here for so long. We're starting again with the population. It'll be your fate pretty soon, guys. Don't need them. Don't need them at all. We've got a ridiculous amount of eggs. We've completely, you know, maxed out on all of our storage space. Somehow you are the only surviving chicken. I don't know how, but we're going to leave you. And then just spawn in loads and loads more of you guys. Yeah, all of you guys should definitely be enough. How is there all just chickens everywhere? Where did you come from? I'm not going to ask questions. I don't know what you guys are all doing in there. Let's just get on with making these arrows. And I can also use the super smelter to cook all the chicken. Let's get a stack of arrows crafted. So they can go back into the shulker box. And the shulker box can go back into the ender chest. Loads of these items can just be shoved into here. For some reason, I don't have a chicken chest, but I have a tropical fish chest. Why would I ever use tropical fish? Congratulations, it is now a chicken chest. Or at least it will be once I change the inner workings of it. Tropical fish out, chicken in. And all these fish, because they don't really have a place to go, they can just go in there. And now the next thing I'm going to need to get is more blackstone. There's a little bit in that shulker box, but you know what? It's not enough. I'm going to fly all the way in this direction to this basalt delta. Then I can mine up lots of blackstone much, much easier. And I'm pretty sure, let's try not lava myself, but I'm pretty sure that all the blackstone that can I stop doing that? All the blackstone that I've got should be enough. It's definitely a lot easier just using the bartering farm for future, I think, but maybe not quite as fast. Let's now create some bricks. Leave these millions of buckets behind it. Yeah, if I ever need a bucket, I know where to go. And I'll also continue mining out this wall. And there we go. Walls are complete. And I reckon putting some ender chests into the wall might be a good idea. Like I've got on that side. It's just really helpful to have them, you know, nearby. Yeah. Instead of me having to come up the stairs and then walk all the way over here to use an ender chest. Now I've just got one right here. So but for symmetry purposes, we're going to need two, aren't we? And then I am actually going to have to walk all the way downstairs. Because I actually want a couple of polished blackstone brick stairs. That can go there, and that can go there. Then I can grab myself my torches, and I need quite a few of them to place them on the wall as we go downstairs, because at the moment it's just a little bit too dark. Yeah, that's much better. Loads of spare blackstone for future use as well. And now since I'm going to be needing quite a bit of purple, let's take the chorus fruit and harvest some extra ones down here. And then all of it can be taken to the super smelter in the volcano and be cooking away. Now I also want it to stay here because I don't have a place for pop chorus fruits in the storage system. So any moment now all the furnaces will turn on. Look at that, it just looks so beautiful. They are now doing their cooking. I'm going to get some sleep right next to my little bedroom plushie, available at sp737.store. And now I want to build a bit of a contraption that will fix a problem on my gold farm. I think all these items should be enough. Let's fly on over there. So the main issue for this farm is that if I go through one of these portals, it does connect up fine. For some reason, this pulse is always stopping, even though, let's say if I click this lever, you'd think there'd be a pulse all the way going around, but it always breaks. So I need to create a new and improved clock system. It's going to be a pretty straightforward one using hoppers, as well as sticky pistons, redstone blocks, and comparators. Yeah, you've probably seen me do these many times before. Then if I just put a bunch of items in here, you will see that this will move every time a hopper empties. This one's about to run out, and it goes back. So I probably don't need that many items in. It's probably a few too many, but then I'm just going to hook an observer up to that so that it will send a pulse every single time it needs to. So I'm just using 5 or 6 items, and I reckon this is a pretty good speed for it to be going round. We don't even actually need that there either. And that adjustment in redstone should completely... Ooh, half a hat! Oh my goodness. But yeah, it should completely solve the problem. So now I am going to switch off the fortress farm. And I've just realised things aren't quite working as expected. I must have done something stupid. And there is water now flowing down here. Best way to stop that from happening again is going to be to make some sort of sign. But I tell you, just when you think you've done everything, of course, something has to go wrong. A couple of signs here will mean that no water can flow through. I've got a fish down here. That's how bad it is. What are you doing? Yeah, get out of here. And then I can fix the broken... Oh, not like that, I can't. But yeah, I can fix the broken redstone. Look at that. Look at all those items I'm about to go through. I always have to make things more hard work than they need to be, don't I? But now it is all working and items are going into here. And whilst I'm here, I want to get something else that's kind of going to be useful. And I can actually grab it, I think, from one of these shulker boxes. Yeah, we're just going to get one of these lanterns. That's a long way to travel just for one little item, wouldn't it? But I'm just going to place that there, and then if I was to get some gold, it'll be much easier to send down to these guys because I'll have 2 to aim for. I can go like that, and they will be very happy to barter all of it. I've just been looking, the farm is working fantastically. Loads and loads of gold, which I might as well give to those guys down there. And now, I want to make a few adjustments to the storage system, or shall I say, lack of storage, for this fortress farm. At the moment, it's just a complete and utter mess. All of this looks like it's going to be good to me. Let's now make a storage system. Although the first issue I have is that I'm going to need to empty all of these chests, so I think if I... You know, I've got to get organised here. Let's shove all of these items that I'm going to be building with into here. Grab as many blaze rods as I can. Drop them off and grab a bunch of shulker boxes to fill them up with all these items. As well take these nearly 4 stacks of gold and send them down to you guys. And that is the storage successfully emptied. We've just got loads and loads of gold swords everywhere. Gold swords that are all going to be burnt. Now I can have another full shulker box of blaze rods, dye it to be orange, and put it in here with the rest of them. And I think I can now at long last get on with building the new and improved storage. How on earth did you guys manage to sneak in there? These hoppers are going to go into 2 different droppers, and the droppers will send the items down this chute. But to do that, we're going to need observers connected to pistons and comparators coming out of the droppers. Quite like the redstone I've got here, so if I just put some items like that, I think that, look at that, dispensing beautifully all the way down here, and that is where the next storage phase can begin. Got my item detection system, although I probably need some string, so now it can detect when items fall down. And I'm actually going to want all the gold nuggets and ingots to be able to drop straight down here into the gold farm's storage, so you know, we've got 1 storage, but the problem is, there's an entire fortress farm in the way to go there, so I'm thinking if we have it drop right here, That should be a good spot. And the block that I need to break to get down there is right about it. I think it's this block right here. Never mind, it's not. It's that block right there. Okay, so yeah, I need to break this bedrock under here. And I also need a way for all of those items to be sent all the way over there. First things first, let's nip home and grab the materials for breaking bedrock. Here are all of the items that I'll need, plus the obsidian in there. And now I can get busy breaking it. And that should be piece number 1. If I use a pickaxe, be quick. But yeah, piece number 1 is broken. And I'll also have to break quite a few of them around it to be able to break the one below it. And now I can break the piece of bedrock that I need to. And the hope is there's no more bedrock below. And we can just, if we just get the shovel. Oh no, there's another piece. Great, that means I've got to break way more bedrock now. And I have now broken enough bedrock to be able to break the final piece that will allow all items to come on through. There we go. I think I might add a little bit of glass around here as well. And when an item falls through, it's going to come all the way and it should land bang on. The only issue is that yes, at the moment there's gold coming through because the piglin farm is activated, but if it normally it won't be activated, so I'll need an observer probably just above. Yeah, I reckon if I do something like this and have an observer right there, then it should all work perfectly. Just to make it extra safe, there's one more item that I want to get, and that is a couple of cobwebs. Now, right here, there's going to be a cobweb just to slow things down, and there'll be the same thing at the top, but I've got to build it first. So the observer's here, it's got a string next to it, so it will detect more items, and then we're going to have a couple of repeaters. I think this is quite a nifty redstone relay. We're going to just go like that like that, so when it detects, it should extend the piston below me. Spawn proof the quartz with some glass on top. If all's gone to plan, I can go like this, and look at that, there we go, they're getting pushed out. And so next, the blue ice pathway is needed. There needs to be some ender chests right here to align the items, and an observer with string like this. And so now when an item goes through, it gets pushed out. And I'm hoping the items will be able to reach all this way. So this chute goes up all the way, and it's going to connect. I'm not going to have it go all the way down. I'm going to, have a gap so it'll just come loose, but I think I am going to have a cobweb going down as well. It should just help with items not flying off the way they're not supposed to. And now the big question is, will it reach? With a single piece of string through the machine. Come on, please, just get all the way. No, it's not. This would be so much easier if I had access to water. But not to worry, I can still make it work. And that should all connect up nicely. I just need to spawn proof it with glass above as well. And there we go. The only thing I really want is maybe a little bit of glowstone and to also break the last of this blue ice. But the bit that will send the gold down should be working perfectly. And all the useless items like swords and stuff will just be getting burnt. So I'm going to go on a quick mission to try and track down glowstone. And the mission didn't take long. There is some in the roof. I don't need that many pieces, but I'm just going to get as many as I can. There we go. I have got loads, 41. Now to use them to spawn proof it. It just makes it so the obsidian's lit up so nothing can spawn on there. Same thing for this one. If I actually go like this, I can test it out. Is that glass? Is that, I don't know. I hear things going on, but I don't know. I guess it went through. I just do another test with a bit of redstone. See what happens. And it has managed to get stuck on top of here. So all that needs to be done for that is I need to just open it up and I think go like that. Let's also put the glowstone right there. Yeah, I think that I should still be spawn proof. That's probably where the issue was, but that is still spawn proof. To make extra certain, I'll put some glowstone there. This bit of glowstone, it's probably not in as good a position as that one. And that should do it. If I go ahead and put, I don't know what to do. Whatever I put in is going to burn. So you know what? I've got loads of string. Let's put all that in. It is going down. Now let's see, is it going to fall through? I've got a bit of time actually, because it's going to be going through the cobwebs first. So I'm going to have to just kind of keep an eye out here and watch the items come into this cobweb. And there we go. We've got some string that is falling through. Is that all of the string? It could be, I don't know. But that is, yeah, going to slowly come down and then land in the system. And it should, yeah, it's going along and it will get burnt. See you later, string. But the main thing is, it's working as intended. And so now I'm going to build the part that will collect up the blaze rods. I'm going to have 4 hoppers worth, which is going to be more than enough. Those comparators will go into the redstone. And then repeaters will take this signal, send it into these blocks, which will have torches on the side. These hoppers are all going to face downwards, with hoppers going into the sides of those. And for easier access, I think at this point, it just makes sense for me to put the blaze rod chests all the way down at bedrock. So from here, there can be something like this, and that should be a fully working storage. Let's go ahead and just put all the missing hoppers. Am I going to have enough hoppers? Oh, the perfect amount. These will soon be full of blaze rods, which is pretty much the whole reason I built the fortress farm, but because it gets gold, I might as well make use of the gold. It's the last thing I need to attempt to try and do. I don't know how I'm going to manage this actually. Maybe if I fly in here, I can then break, yeah, just want to break the quartz. Oh, perfect. Look at that. Brilliant maneuvering. We're going to break all of this quartz all the way down. And then I just want to test everything out. So first things first, in order to test it, I need to fly underneath here. Can I? Okay, that didn't quite work. But yeah, I need to fly underneath here, land on there. I need an easier way to do that. I need to put, maybe I'll put it so the lever goes all the way there. Maybe I'm overcomplicating it. I don't know. Either way, we flick the lever so the machine is now switched on. And from up here, I'll be able to chill, take out Blaze, and look at that. They'll go down, and that should go in. Oh, no, wait. I didn't make the item filters. Don't panic, but this is definitely a time to panic. I need 20 different renamed items that are going to be the filter. No, wait. Do I need 20 or do I need 16? 16 was the correct answer, since there's only going to be 4 in each. Proceeds to accidentally put 5 in a hopper. And I could also probably do with a few more blaze rods. Yeah, that would definitely help. Thankfully, this is absolutely... Look at it. There's loads of them. Oh, my goodness. They're all taking each other out. Stop. Well, I mean, they're entity crammed anyway. But let's take all those out. I have got myself plenty of blaze rods that can then go into these filters. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. They're all filling up. No, we don't want you filling up. You're not welcome. But yeah, once these fill up and get to about 40, then they'll start letting items pass through. So let me just take out a bunch of you guys. Looks like the system down here is having no problems with keeping up. It's all, look at that. It just looks beautiful to watch it all go along ice and see it going through the system. Now then, if everything has gone to plan, there should be... Yeah, look at that. Blaze rods are filling up this chest. One hopper would probably have been enough, but I always like to have spares. We can go ahead and fill... Oh, what's going on with you guys? What's going on with all of you guys? This is why we test these things. All right, bit of a jam in the old machine. I reckon the fix for that is to have glass blocks on both sides. Then nothing will be getting caught part way along. Plenty of new mobs are here ready and waiting. And in order to make this completely safe for fully AFK use, I am also going to need to get a load of iron blocks and then build a beacon that's going to give me regeneration, because sometimes when you're using the farm you can end up starving. If you're there for ages, you run out of food and then you would die. But if you have regeneration, then you regenerate faster than starvation can kill you. And since I do have such an abundance of iron blocks, I'm going to make this pyramid a little bit bigger so that I can put 4 beacons on top. I don't need 4 beacons, but when you've got as many nether stars as me, you might as well just use it. The beacons are giving me a lot of very useful effects. Now I just need to spawn proof it. Simplest way to do that is just cover it completely in glass. And can mobs actually spawn on top of beacon blocks? I don't think so, since it is a light source. But just to be safe, let's put 4 glass on there anyway. The area really is looking good. I think I can now pretty much put this entire project to bed and say it is now finished. Maybe the only other useful thing to be done whilst I'm here is just make this platform a bit bigger, because it's a little bit tight for space and difficult to land on. I can put the crafting table and the ender chest. Oh, look at that. I picked it up as well. That's a bonus, but I can put those in a bit of a better place, like just on the edge, something like that. And just looking, and it seems that my problem of things getting caught is now no longer a problem. This platform will be more than big enough to land on. Let's just double check that everything is reaching down here okay. I'll know if it's working because I'll have gold ingots. Okay, well, I've got none. So, is it working? I don't know. We might be having an issue here. And yeah, I see the issue. Didn't think about it, but when these items are landing in the cobweb, they're not lined up against the ender chest. So they're just going straight into the fire. There isn't a particularly simple way to fix it, but my method will be to push them using a slime block and just a little... Do I actually... Well, I don't even know if I need ice. Maybe not. Maybe I don't even need the slime block. Oh, well, too late now. But then if we have a load of ender chests all the way up, I think I'm going to break this one and place an extra one here. But if it works, then it really doesn't matter. I think once I put the string there, it should solve the problem. Put the cobweb to catch the items right there. Yeah, let's go and test it. I'm pretty sure that this will be the final test. And in order to properly test it, I'm going to take 7 gold ingots, send them through the system, and hopefully they get all the way there. So far so good. They are in the cobweb, and now they are in the second cobweb. They didn't take long to go through. It goes to there, lines up. Come on, surely. Did it pick them up? If they're in this chest, it worked. What? Wait, hold on a second. There's a chance. There's one tiny chance that it worked. Yes, it did, because this hopper was not full of gold ingots. Thank goodness for that. I thought I'd somehow messed up again. So let's fill this up. Put all 28 of these through the system, and we see them all show up in the chest. I'm very glad that that is properly working. So now we're going to test it out for a bit. Just see how much we get. Make sure the storage is all good. Yeah, I'm just going to AFK here for a bit. Well, I spent lots of time here, and everything does seem to be working as intended. The amount of blaze rods that I've got from this has been incredible. Look at that, a double chest and a half. This chest gets a few in. This one doesn't really get any in these two end ones. I also got quite a decent amount of gold from it, but I'd kind of been bartering it to those guys, so there's not much in here at the moment. But I might as well send that along to them as well, because getting all the gravel from these guys is going to be useful for me. I could probably do with even more than that. But for now, I'll just take what I've got and get out of here. I also think it is probably time to start thinking about creating the end portal room. I've done loads and loads of other little projects, but now I think it's time we started on the big one. And once again, I am going to need even more black concrete. Unfortunately, I've got like a little bit. It's just in a powder form. In fact, let's convert it. Seem to have done nothing but sit here and mine lately. Yeah, 1.5 stacks is good and all, but I'm going to need 60 stacks in total. And that does mean getting a load more dye. And I know I said before that my Wither Rose farm is the way that rich people get dye, but I've realised, you know, maybe we should embrace the actual fastest way to get dye. Yes, it is time for me to build a super powerful and fast Squid farm. That way I'll be able to get loads and loads of ink sacks. I've got all the items here except for a couple of stacks of eggs. As you can see, all these chickens have grown up. They've grown into lovely chickens that are just absolutely everywhere once again. And now I need to find a suitable river. I'm thinking if this is a river, this is it. This is massive. Okay, is it all river or is it partly forest? On to the F3 menu, a lot of it's forest, which doesn't really make sense, but we'll keep looking. And I actually had an even better idea of where to look. In 1.18, rivers were made much bigger. So it makes sense for me to look for one somewhere where there's new chunks, and this stronghold is in new chunks. So from this portal room, I shall just dig my way out. And you know what? I'm kind of sick of silverfish. I have decided that they are no longer part of the framework, so goodbye, spawner. And now let's get myself dug out of here. I have to say, I've come out into a cave. It's like I'm outside, but I'm not. Like, even there's like lava lakes under here and stuff. It's really weird. And I'm super high up. So I think I can actually, yeah, I can actually just fly out, but yeah, I was about to dig all the way to the top of a mountain. And this is what I meant about the rivers being bigger. They are just, yeah, just generally a lot wider in this version. I reckon this is the area for me. Look at that. We've even got squid already spawning here. I forgot. Biomes change based on the Y level. So if I'm actually jump, it changed from dark oak forest to river. So yeah, that's going to be interesting because if I'm actually just down here, I guess this is all classed as river. Now this farm is going to require draining a bit of the water. Although at this point I am a bit of an expert at doing that now. So this is the part where it gets fun. All of this needs to be drained. But then also all the areas around this as well. So that we get squids only spawning where I want them to. And doing something like this is the best way for me to dry all of my sponge. Now let's get back to draining. I don't think I need to drain this cave, really. It depends what Y level it is at. Okay, yeah, maybe I will need to drain. Look at the squids that are spawned. Oh my goodness, yeah. Suddenly, I didn't choose such a good location. And whilst it's a bigger project than I initially expected, it also won't take me too long, I don't think. And why won't it take me too long? Because I'm going to head back home, grab plenty more sponge, which should speed up the process. A lot of time has passed and I've been doing a lot of draining, much to the dismay of these poor fish. And I've drained this entire river as far as it needs to be out of the spawn distance. Well, I will have done... See, look at this. You can see it's working because there's lots of squids in it. Well, you guys won't be spawning here for much longer. And there is this cave that goes underneath the river, but I don't need to drain that because squid cannot spawn below level Y = 50. And then all of that water down there isn't in the river biome, so I also don't need to worry about it. Might as well only get rid of the water that I actually need to get rid of. And the same was the case with all this water here. It looks like it's in a river biome, but it's actually part of the dark oak forest. And doing this isn't really necessary, but I think I'm going to block up the holes on the side. I know squid can't spawn in there, but I just feel like it's tidying up the landscape a bit. Same for this one right here. And finally this one there. So, I'm almost done. But I need to drain a load of this river as well, unfortunately, because squids can spawn in it. But once I've done this, I will be ready to build the squid farm. The fact that squids are actually one of the hardest mobs to farm has kind of caught me by surprise. It doesn't help that this river is just so deep. But on the plus side, at least it's not as wide as the other one. And according to my calculations, I need to drain the river as far as this, because yeah, this is all still river. I suppose does dripstone caves not count as river, which might be useful. I don't know. It's all a bit of a mix of different biomes, so I think just to be safe, I'm going to drain it, yeah, all the way up to here. That's quite a lot, but there's only one way to put your... Well, there's only one way to do it. Put your best foot forward. And I have now successfully marked out the entire area where the river needs to be removed. All of this over here is dripstone caves. Although I have unfortunately run out of sand. I've got this that I can mine up, but I doubt it's going to be enough for the project. So I'm going to place down the sand that I have available. And then I'll quickly nip back home to get a new shulker box worth of sand. Everything in there should be enough. Let's also dry out all of the sponge. And let's hurry up and finish draining this river. And that is now all of the sand down. Everywhere is marked out. I just need to get my sponge and get draining. And finally... I have drained it all out. I think this is too low. Yeah, it's below Y equals 50, so that is good, and it's even that way anyway. So yeah, that was a crazy project. It better be worth it for this squid farm. I do now have to dig out a massive hole here, and I've come to realise, guys, that if I continue this squid farm, there is absolutely no chance that I get round to doing the end portal room, and that is more important to me. And yes, having unlimited ink sacks will be very useful in the future, but I think I'm going to have to just try with what I've got. Otherwise, I'd be pretty certain to be going overtime in this one. And something tells me my editor definitely doesn't want that. So yes, whilst I am going to need a lot of black concrete, I'm hoping that I have enough wither roses here to do it. And you know what? I probably do. You know, maybe I have just been wasting time. I do, like I say, I do want a squid farm. It will be faster than a wither rose farm. But for the current project, this is probably going to be enough for me. I'll start by crafting as much as I can. There's already one shulker box filled up. And I already am starting to think that I'm probably now going to run out of sand because I used it all in draining up that river, didn't I? Although, hang on, there's still quite a bit left. We might just be okay. And I think with that, I've probably got enough. Yep, making a squid farm is completely unnecessary for this project. But yeah, like I say, it might be useful for future projects. And that is every bit of concrete sorted. Look at that, I've got gravel and sand to spare. And I will also need a load of other items, which I will proceed to gather up. And I've pretty much got all the items we're now going to need to do this end portal room. As you can see, it's a lot of items. The only issue is that the black concrete is not yet converted. You know what? I should probably do that. Easiest way will be to load up this machine and then get mining. And finally, everything has been converted, which means I can grab all of these shulker boxes and also a bunch of blaze rods. From there, I'm going to see how my popped chorus fruit's doing. Look at that. Looks beautiful. It's all ready. I suppose the main thing that this room is missing is a couple of crafting tables. So let's put one there. And the same thing on this side. And now I need about 6 stacks of end rods. We've already got 4. And another 2 stacks there. Should be perfect. And finally, some purple blocks and purple stairs. And the only thing I can think that I'll probably need is something to break the end portal frame. Yes, we're going to be breaking it. You just use the same method that you used to break bedrock. But I'm very happy with everything I've got. Although I've just realised I can't count and I actually need 23 stacks of end rods. Not 6 stacks. Doesn't look like this farm is going to be quite fast enough for all the chorus fruit I need. It's all unraveling fast. So I'll have to harvest the extra bits from the end, which shouldn't be too difficult. There's literally chorus plants everywhere. All of this will definitely be enough. Although I can't for the life of me remember where the end gateway is. Damn, I'm a little bit lost now. Turns out my problem was I was flying in completely the opposite direction. It's very easy to find. I can set all of these off cooking, and whilst that's doing that, I can be off working on the end portal room. Well guys, in classic SB737 fashion, I was not recording as I've done all this, but we are above the end portal room and we're just blowing it up, okay? As you can see, very satisfying. We've found loads of diamonds from doing this as well. I will try not to die. As you can see though, very good method for making a very big hole. These sealfish are also getting on my nerves, so you guys, well, let's just say it's not going to end too well for you, that's right. Get blown up. Whoa, I'm getting blown up as well. I'm okay though, I've got good armor. But yeah, whilst I was forgetting to record, I basically just said that I have got a lot of... Well, I need a really big hole, and I don't have time to manually mine it all. And I've now laced the entire outside of this with TNT. Let's see what happens as the chain goes. It's just going to blow up, and we should hopefully see some areas revealed. This is just basically the border. There we go, it's going all the way around. And I think I should do another one above it, just so that we can reveal the area in. How many silverfish? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm just going to proceed to drop a TNT on all you guys. Yeah, watch this. Are you ready? Good night, Vienna. Oh, there's still loads of it. So this is about the size of the room that I'm going to need. I just need to take out this entire middle bit with TNT. And I've placed down so much TNT. Let's blow it up and watch the magic happen. I've got to get to a bit of a safe distance as well. Oh my goodness, I could have died there, but wow! We've really made some good progress with that one. So whilst I have dug out an absolutely massive room, it's still not actually quite big enough for the entire end portal room, because it's going to be a big thing, it's going to look amazing, but I'm going to start building, because if I don't, we're definitely going to run out of time. And the first thing to be done is to remove the end portal frame. We're going to do that using pistons and TNT. If I just go like that, you'll see that the first bit of frame has been removed. Basically works exactly the same as breaking bedrock does. So let's get all 12 of them removed. And that is the entire frame removed. Looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Can't say I've ever done anything like that before. And now around this frame, I am going to be adding these purple stairs, which creates a very cool looking end portal. Each of the corners are going to have slabs like this. and then stairs either side facing that way, and then if I put one in the middle, you can see it creates like that effect, and I'll do that on all of the sides. And then the next thing I'm going to need is quite a lot of black stained glass, so we'll grab loads and start to build a bit of a floor with it. It's now day 3601. Oh dear. And yes, I may technically have run out of time in this episode, but I'm not stopping just yet. I at least want to make some half-decent progress on this room. And each of these 4 sides are going to branch off into a different colour, using a mixture of glass and also concrete. And I have made a bit more progress. You can see it is starting to take shape, and it will look really good when it's finished. I'm kicking myself that I thought it was a good idea to make a squid farm when I had this massive project. I don't know why I thought I would have time for all this. But we have completely run out of time. I can't keep going. It's getting late. If you want to see this video, then you know, I won't have time to finish this today. So the only option is that we finish this portal room in the next episode, which isn't a problem, but I would just love to keep going with building this, but I'm not going to, guys. Okay, this is what we're getting so far. Okay. Yeah, it looks great, doesn't it? But yeah, it will look great. I mean, it's a cool custom portal, if nothing else. You'll see the finished product in 3,700 days. Thanks so much for watching, and that was 3,602 days in hardcore Minecraft.